Hey everybody, I just want to go over yesterday's lesson a little bit further and make sure we're all on the same page and things that I'm going to ask you to do on the test. So, one of the things that you will be asked is you would be asked to graph, and then you'll be given an equation. So, say you're going to be given an equation that looks like this: y is equal to 2x plus 1. Actually, I don't like that. I'm going to fix that. Let's just say it's 2x plus 1. So we have an equation, and it just tells you graph. And you might ask yourself a question: how do I graph this? Because you just given me an equation, Mr. Carpenter, and there's no other information. Well, the thing that you need to do when you have a graph, an equation, you're going to create a table. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to create a table, and I'm going to create x, y. Okay? And notice I haven't filled anything in a table, but since x and y are variables, and I'm creating a table, I can put anything I want to in for x. So I'm going to start with something that I just know that's pretty easy. I'm going to start with x is 0. And if I say x is 0, I can then take what I'm saying x is and put it back into my equation. So I'm going to rewrite my equation on this case. I'm going to say 0 equals 2 times 0 plus 1. Well, now I know 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, so y is equal to 1 in this case. So if x in this equation is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. And I'm going to come out here and graph it. So x is 0, y is 1, so I don't go over left or right either anyway. And at 1, this references the point 0, 1, because I have x and y. And then I'm going to do this a couple more times. I'm going to keep my equation, and then I'm going to put in another number. I'm going to say x is 1 this time. So x is 1. Now I'm going to say y is equal to 2 times 1 plus 1, because I'm replacing x with the variable that I put in here. So I replace this with this. And now 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 more is 3. Y is equal to 3. And I can think about this now as a coordinate graph point 1, 3, which I come out and I go over 1 because I start with x and that's on the horizontal axis. And I go over 1 up 3. And when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. And then I can graph that point. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to say x is equal to 3 this time. We're just going to skip a number here, see what happens. We're going to say x is equal to 3. I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to say y is equal to 2 times 3 plus 1. That's 7 plus 1, 8. So now I have 3, 8 as my coordinate point because x, y. I come out to 3 because I move horizontally first, and then I move up. Anybody notice these 3 points? I could draw a straight line through them. And that's what this actually is doing. This is called a linear equation because whatever values I put in and whenever I then plot those points, sorry, no straight edge, it makes a line. This is a linear equation. Okay? So what I want you guys to do today is I would like you to use this program, Braining Camp, and I want you to go out to the coordinate grid portion of it. So when you're on Braining Camp, remember login and username are both Carpenter5, lowercase Carpenter, no space with the number 5, and then you're going to use the XY coordinates. And I would like you to try this out. So I'm going to tell you to graph. And I'd like you to graph the coordinate the linear equation, y is equal to 3x plus 2. Okay? And just a reminder, you need to make a table. So you're going to have a table that looks like this. And then you're going to go back and you're going to plug in values. Yes, you could plug in values for negatives, and this will still end up on the same line. So if you wanted to make x -2 and you want to change the graph behind me so you have all 4 quadrants that include positive and negatives, you can. Also, I'd suggest use pretty small numbers like you saw me in an example. And then I would like you to take a picture of your table and your coordinate points to show me that you have finished this. So if you have any questions, let Mr. L know, and I will hopefully see you guys soon. I apologize. Just a lot of stuff's going on. All right, thanks.